Hello, actors. I'd like to take the opportunity to discuss the importance of personalizing your work as an actor. Now, acting is and should be a very personal experience. The more personal your work is, the more dynamic and nuanced your performance will be. Now, this requires a personal process as well. I'm going to draw from two of my favorite acting influences, acting teachers Larry Moss and Eric Morris, to get to the heart of personalizing your work. Larry Moss suggests in his book, The Intent to Live, you can't separate how you live your life and how you practice your art. Eric Morris aims in his approach to eliminate all the things that get in the way of being impulsively expressive. Both statements illuminate the importance of the actor being connected to his or her own inner self in order to truly connect and express a fully realized character. By being in a constant state of self-reflection and personal growth, we allow our art and performance to be filled with a deeply human quality and therefore create a more dynamic and profound impact on our audience. Now, every now and then, our natural and raw talent shines through. But technique is what allows for that talent and expression to consistently be demonstrated to greatest effect. Eric Morris articulates talent as the sensitivity to and ability to respond to a varied amount of internal and external stimuli and respond by expressing one's feelings fully in an organic and moment-to-moment basis. Eric Morris outlines a number of creative and stimulating exercises in his book, No Acting, Please. Great title, right? Because the truth is, no one wants to smell our acting in a performance. It should be as if we're glimpsing into a personal reality. In my class, my students hear me say, know it, don't show it. If you believe it, we'll see it. We need to get away from the need to indicate our feelings and thoughts to the audience. This leads to an artificial and forced performance. For a little context, Eric Morris stems from a long line of actors who trained in what is often referred to as the method. Many of you are familiar with Lee Strasberg's method-based acting. It's a bit complicated to synthesize, but generally speaking, Strasberg wanted to take Stanislavski's approach to acting to a whole other level. Konstantin Stanislavski, the seminal Russian acting teacher and force behind the evolution to a more authentic acting, believed that truth and honesty were guiding principles to great acting. When Strasberg was developing the method, one of the core principles in his system was an element called effective memory. Effective memory requires actors to call on the memory and details from a similar situation, or more recently a situation with similar emotions, and import those feelings to those of their characters. And while this approach began to generate deeply emotional performances from actors, others like Eric Morris felt this prevented the actors from being completely present in the moment, as they might get caught up in a past moment instead of being completely connected to their scene partner. And though Eric Morris highlights the need to dig deep and thoughtfully detect the experiences that impact us, past and present, he also stresses the importance of being brutally honest, visceral, and present in the moment, psychologically and emotionally. Larry Moss suggests great actors don't seem to be acting, they seem to be living. Well, this is impossible without being present in the moment. I'm going to briefly offer 3 dynamics that encourage specific and personalized acting. When creating a character, we must start with the facts, and we build from there. In acting, these are called the given circumstances. Everything the writer tells you in the script about your character and the situation they find themselves. These are the facts, and not up for debate. This is the foundation upon which we build our creative choices. In order to be fully informed on the facts and given circumstances, we must carefully read the script multiple times and mine the script for these nuggets of information. We're looking for backgrounds, relationships, behaviors, motives. This leads us to the driving force in how the facts illuminate our character's point of view and what motivates our character moment to moment. Objective and super objective. Objective, your want, action, desire, or goal in each scene or moment. You must identify your objective for each scene so that you are creating intention for your character and driving a personal motivation that will fuel your interaction with your scene partner. Affect and be affected. This will help you design a well-crafted performance and journey for your character, grounded in the given circumstances established by the writer. The objective of each individual moment is connected to the overall super objective. The super objective is the engine that propels you through the journey of the entire play or film. Objectives and super objectives are what motivate us as human beings as we navigate the play of life. I like to draw a parallel to my own personal objective and super objective. Obviously, my objective right now in this moment in time and leading this conversation is to educate and inspire. Notice I didn't say hopefully educate and inspire. General choices lead to general acting. We must make sure our choices are strong, specific, and positive, meaning they're driving the moment forward. Reinforcing everything we've been discussing, my super objective is extremely personal. My super objective is to be the best father, husband, and educator I can be. Now that might sound corny, but my super objective guides every moment of my life and influences how I communicate with others. It guides my choices and stirs my emotions and feelings. Making specific and creative choices based off of the given circumstances provided to us by the writer leads towards a dynamic and specific performance. Larry Moss says, "Your physical, vocal choices, the range and depth of your emotions, your rhythms and tempos, the choices you make about how you're going to deliver the writer's lines, the colors and hues of your performance, are all part of your interpretation, but the given circumstances are always the same, no matter who acts the part." So be specific, be thorough, and be creative. This leads us to our next dynamic, feelings. Now that we have honed in on what drives the character and how the facts influence our choices, it's up to us to be present, engaged, sensitive, and connected. Eric Morris says, "Acting is the art of creating genuine realities on a stage. No matter what the material, the actor's fundamental question is, what is the reality and how can I make it real to me?" Eric Morris lays out a series of exercises in his teaching that repeatedly demand the integration of living and acting. I encourage you to explore these exercises on your own. I utilize them in my advanced classes to stretch the bounds of expression and to tap into deep emotions. We live in a society that consistently discourages us from authentically expressing ourselves. Now, some of that makes sense. We can't just all say and express everything we feel right when we feel it. However, as actors, it's imperative that we are aware of what we're experiencing moment to moment and how that informs our responses. Therefore, we must build a habit of allowing ourselves to be. Being, as Eric Morris states, is a state you work to achieve. To be, you must find out what you feel and express it totally. Being is the only place from which you can create organic reality. What gets in the way in life gets in the way in acting. The aspects that limit us in life also limit how we express our thoughts and feelings in our acting. Through this type of exploration, I have seen actors break through many psychological and emotional barriers. By being courageous and honest, you find great strength and freedom. Mix this with a sense of play and you'll find yourself feeling truly alive and powerful and radiating a tremendous presence. So what do we do with all this information? Well, the truth is, if we've been doing our work, personally and professionally, we're ready to fly. I tell my actors, preparation leads to freedom in the moment. Most of the time, what is getting in the way for most actors is a lack of preparation or a lack of belief and confidence in themselves. You've probably heard the phrase, if you don't believe in yourself, certainly no one will. Well, every actor and every human being is unique and special. This is what you must bring to each and every role, each and every performance. take it personally. Be smart when making choices. Dedicate yourself to a process of self-reflection and self-expression, and believe in yourself. Acting is personal, and that's a wonderful opportunity to grow as an actor and as a human being.